just missed him singing by like a millisecond.
Okay, I'm jamming to the 90s, alright?
Hey there, we're the Markhams, Chris, Andrea, and our adventure dog, Emmie. We're combat veterans who met in Afghanistan, sold our house after 7 amazing years, and now we're hitting the road to explore every corner of America. From stunning national parks to hidden caves, we're on a non-stop adventure, making memories and chasing sunsets. Set off on an unforgettable adventure across America with us and our dog, Emmie. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any moments. It's travel day, finally time to hitch up and head south. After weeks of repairs, cold mornings, and factory chaos, we're ready for some sunshine. We're getting everything hooked up, doing one last walk around, and making sure the rig's ready to roll. There's always that mix of excitement and relief when we're back on the road, and Emmie's all settled in for another travel day. This time we're heading for one of our absolute favorite spots, a beautiful state park in southern Alabama, just minutes from the Gulf. It's the kind of place that makes all the stress worth it. Tall pines, warm breezes, and those coastal sunsets we've been craving.
We made it. It's one of our favorite places because we can sit on the side deck, watch people fish, watch the pelicans, and watch the traffic cross the bridge and not have to hear it.
Yeah.
Plus, there's giant ships that go across once in a while because there's a repair yard and a port over there. Can't really see it, but you can see the cranes.
Just a beautiful area.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Favorite.
Once we got set up and leveled, we hopped on the bikes to check out the park, the perfect way to unwind after a travel day. And of course, we put out our mobile RV tech signs so everyone knows we're in the area and open for business. Another beautiful spot, another little adventure. Alright, what are we doing?
I'm being expensive, and you're doing the work for once.
That is very true. We are redoing our business logo decals on the back of the truck because I did them last January, and I only had a 12x12 cricket mat. I used what I had. It's a little small, but they serve their purpose.
They did well. They look good.
It's time for an upgrade. We picked up a 12x24 cricket mat. Holy moly, the size difference in those logos, it's crazy. So now we get to peel off the old ones.
It's weird what happens when everything's not compressed.
Our old vinyl logo was a little faded, a little weathered, and honestly ready for retirement. So we decided to peel it off and replace it with something bigger, bolder, and better. The new design is cleaner, easier to read from a distance, and really shows off who we are and what we do. It's one of those small updates that makes a huge impact, and we're pretty proud of how it turned out. This week brought a little bit of everything. We spotted an alligator hanging out by the water, wandered through a local farmer's market filled with fresh produce, and wrapped up the days with some of the most beautiful Gulf Coast sunsets. It's moments like these that remind us why we love this lifestyle. A little adventure, a little peace, and a whole lot of gratitude. Emmie wanted to talk to all her friends about some of the downfalls, I guess you could say, of traveling full-time, especially if you use more holistic options like we do. Emmie has had a couple accidents in the house over the past like 3 weeks or so, and that's definitely not like her. Yes, she is 15, but she's never had an issue like that. It was a little out of the norm. We kind of wondered what was going on. And so a couple days ago, she had another accident right away in the morning, in the house, and this one had a few small clumps of blood in it, which obviously is not a good sign, having blood somewhere it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pee blood, so everybody knows.
I immediately emailed her holistic vet. I sent her pictures and a video, and I was like, this is what we're working with. Her response back was, where are you? I said, Southern Alabama. I then got a call from her vet, and if you know anything about, or at least how our holistic vet works, is you email her everything, and she always emails back. I have never, this is 5 years since we've been working with her, received a call from her, and she called, and I was like, oh, good. This means it's going to be real good. She calls and she's already on her computer looking up different vet clinics for us to go to get a urinalysis done. And she also wanted an ultrasound done, and the vet we went to pushed back on that big time. I asked many times for it, and they said no.
Back up for a minute. Our holistic vet started with, we need to take this seriously. And like, I have a hard time taking Emmie's like issues seriously since she had her cancer thing. So I was like, crap. And I'm sure Andrea's mind was worse than mine.
Well, I didn't eat breakfast, so
yeah,
if that shows you anything. We choose a vet. We have a emergency vet as a backup option to go to if it got worse throughout the weekend. And we go to the vet, and it was not a bad experience. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, they were loving on Emmie. The vet was interesting.
Yeah, it was very laid back. I don't know. I guess I also haven't been to a vet in about 6 years. So I called and I said, you know, this is what's going on. This is what I'm looking to have done. We're traveling through. We're not, you know, a normal client of yours. We're not set up with you guys. And they didn't have any issues. They got us in that day. Take her back. They did x-rays and blood work, and those results came back within like 20 minutes. We were able to get them back and find out what was going on. And thankfully, her x-rays and blood work, for the most part, came back with no major red flags. Okay, let's discuss the x-rays.
I think this is why Dr. Levy wanted an ultrasound and not x-rays.
I pushed for it too.
Yep.
He didn't have any major red flags on anything. He had some things that were like minor. He showed us her stomach and her liver and her kidneys, and like everything looked fine. She didn't light up like a Christmas tree anymore, which is anywhere, which is great. So obviously Emmie eats raw, and he goes, I can't figure out what is in her like stomach and intestines. I'm like, she eats raw, so it's probably bones. And he's like, oh, okay. And he moved on. And then there were a few,
I think he said nodules
on her rib cage lung area, and he goes, I'm a little concerned about this, but it could also just be that she fidgeted or moved. And mind you that this x-ray is like looking down, and so she would be on her back at this point. And so if she moves, sometimes the x-ray can create this. And I was like, I'm not concerned about this, and I'm not redoing x-rays. But with the x-rays, at the end of it, he was looking at her spine.
Yeah, her spine.
And I'm like, we're not in here for her spine. She's 15. I'm well aware she has low back issues and her left hip is really bad. Been tracking that for years. This is not why I'm here. I don't care. I'm tracking this. And he goes, well, and then there's also this by her bladder, but it was like at the base of her tail, not her bladder.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I could ultrasound her bladder. It'll take about 15 minutes. Mind you, when I pushed for this at the very beginning of the appointment, I was told it would take hours and I would have to leave my dog there.
The cool part is we got to see how messed up her hip actually is.
I also thought it was cool to see, you know, her blood work and x-rays come back with no major red flags, being that back when she did have the cancer in 2020 and had it removed, our vet at the time had recommended doing radiation with Emmie, and I was like, no, that's really hard on humans and really hard on animals, so no. And I never knew, you know, did I make the right decision? Well, she didn't light up like a Christmas tree, so I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yep.
The weekend goes by, we get her urinalysis back, and it comes back, and he's like, it is a severe UTI. All right, we can work with this. And Emmie's holistic vet, I had sent her the radiology, the blood work, everything from the appointment on Friday, and then I also asked for the urinalysis. I sent her that too. Gave us background information on the medications that the Western vet sent us home with that we're not using. Then gave us our next steps of what to do with the holistic remedies. So far, we've seen improvement from her. I think it's working.
Yeah, she's been far better sleeping during the day, energetic. Not that she really lost energy or anything. She was kind of her normal self. We wouldn't have known anything happened
if she didn't have the accident.
Yep.
And you had a really good question the other night. You said, how are we supposed to know if, the remedies are working?
Yeah.
We will be retesting in a few weeks to find out if what we're doing is working or not. That was our experience. It wasn't bad. At this point, I think we just kind of take everything from a Western doctor with a grain of salt and double check it. And needless to say, she's doing a lot better.
She's doing great.
It's always an adventure when you travel with a dog, especially if you're going to do it holistically.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us on another adventure. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button so you don't miss any of the fun. See you next time.